Hello everyone, I am Silly Squirrel.
Yo soy Maestro Rein.
And we are ReviveMeBroGames, a gaming podcast where two best friends discuss cooperative games, multiplayer games, and so much more. How you doing, Master Rein? What's up?
Dude, doing well, my friend. Doing well. Can't complain, except things have been really busy. A lot of news going on in the world. Too many things going on in the world, and like we're about to complain about one of them tonight. So yeah, but other than that, I'm actually really excited to complain about it. Is the thing.
Oh my God, me too. It's like I've been looking forward to this for like a few weeks now.
Long time. How you been, my friend?
Oh, dude. I'm doing fine.
He hits you with that.
Like, it's been.
You know,
I know, right?
It's heavy.
Yeah, like I wish we were like. Here's the thing: I am excited to finally be recording another podcast. Ever since we did our last one, which to be honest, I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
It's like life, man. Holy crap! Like we've barely had any time really to like properly record anything. So
Yeah.
I'm just excited to be here and to just get to discuss what we're about to discuss today. So if you read if you read the title of the podcast, you know we're talking about Halo, so it's no secret. But God, I'm excited, man. But yeah, other than that, can't complain. I'm looking forward to these the summer of Revive Me Bro, where I'm totally gonna be streaming way more often.
Summer of the bro.
The summer of bro. And yeah, more, WWE games and fighting games and all these other multiplayer games. But yeah. Anyway, but how about you, Master Rein? What have you been up to, my man?
Let's see. I've actually, so one thing that I've not been up to, I'll start there, is Elden Ring, because I'm actually putting it off because I'm really close to finishing the game, and like I want to savor that last moment when I have like time to do it, right? Other than that, though, on stream you can catch me playing Jedi Fallen Order at the moment, since Kenobi's out, and I'm in love with watching Kenobi, and it's pretty great. However, I don't know, was Anakin right? I'm asking myself that question right now, but
no spoilers. I have to catch up. But yeah, man, and don't make me come over there and slap you, bro.
It's more of an Aaron Yeager thing. You know what I'm saying? Is Aaron Yeager? Is Aaron Yeager
right? Oh well. I was thinking like maybe one of these days we should do a Spanish only podcast. Ooh. Or a Spanglish one.
Bueno.
Oh, like maybe with like Luis and Ron and Sapito, with Luis and Sapito.
Yeah.
And of course, like if Johnny wants to join, that'd be sweet. But I think it'd be comedic.
Oh, my.
If we do one,
Yes. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe if we ever get to the Patreon realm, we'll be like, if you want the exclusive Spanish podcast,
we'll have a translator.
$5 tier.
We'll have a translator on site for anybody who can't understand for English and Spanish, because we'll be in Spanglish, so it's not going to be understandable, for necessarily a lot of people.
I know, like we start saying words like diacachimba, which is a very Nicaraguan word. It's like diacachimba means holy f***.
I'm gonna be like, man, tatuani, yes, I'm not but like, let's play that shit again one more time. It's gonna be conversations like that. It's be like, wait, he said something about something but he wants to play it again.
Yeah. I'm kind of understanding a little bit of the conversation because of context clues. For example, Elden Ring. They're talking about Elden Ring. And that's all I understood.
Anillo viejo.
Oh, well. But anyway, today we have, for I believe, is it the second or third time? I honestly don't remember. I should probably write this down.
Maybe even the fourth.
The one and only, the speed demon, the one who's always 10 paces ahead of us.
And the one who gets me killed every time. JohnnyBoy!
JohnnyBoy!
What's up, fellas? Yeah, I'm impatient. I can't wait for y'all slow guys to catch up to me.
Slow guys, listen.
Slow guys.
Yeah, slow guys. Well, thank you for waiting for us to introduce you. I was expecting you to be like, guys.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've been holding my breath the entire time. I don't know. Oh no, it's trying to beat my record here.
I know. It's like this guy's like, you know?
Save it for the Patreon. Save it for the Patreon.
I know. Oh, Johnny boy, it's nice to have you back, my man. If you follow us on stream, you definitely recognize Johnny Boy. He's one of our
veteran
one of the
veteran bros.
Yeah, veterans.
Veteran bros.
Yeah.
Veteran bro?
Veteran bros. If we're usually playing, if we're playing a Halo, Apex, basically any first-person shooter, he's on it.
He's on.
And we're usually, you know, tasting his dust on how quick he runs around and leaves us behind. But that's the last time I'll do that joke. I promise.
No, it's fine. It's true. It's 100% true. It's 100% true. Like even like in the forest or any other type game, I'm running around by myself gathering resources. Like that's like my MO. Like, oh, what's Johnny up to? He's somewhere by himself doing some stuff. And he'll come back. He'll come back with resources though, so don't worry about him. That's
and then you hear on the Discord, and then you hear on the Discord, fuck. What happened, Johnny? Did you die? He's like, I fell.
Better if it's in Minecraft because we know exactly how he died.
Yeah, or random yelling because I'm getting chased by something. Yeah. So hey, one of the two.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Johnny Boy, so tell us, what are you currently playing? And are you watching anything? But yeah, more importantly, what are you currently playing?
So what I'm currently playing is V Rising right now. And then I also started playing this game from Xbox Game Pass, which is called Floppy Nights, which is kind of like a card game, sort of card adventure game. It's a little odd, but I find it interesting. So I've been playing a little bit of both.
Nice. Yeah. No, I mean you need those games where you can just like relax.
Yeah,
strategize a little. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, for me that's like FIFA. Like if I really want to just decompress, I play FIFA. Like I don't have to think too much about it. And even though yes, I get competitive, it's just I feel better later. Like that was good. You know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I haven't been playing Apex because it's a little too stressful, and I got too much work right now, so I'm trying to play more less stressful games that don't get me all riled up.
Listen, there's an undiscovered muscle in your body called the Apex muscle. That's what gives you the skill. And if you literally don't work it out, you're just going to suck at Apex. But like if you work it out, you actually can do pretty well at Apex.
Yeah, but
this is proven. This is
proven. Scientific fact, dude.
Go check out the Apex Reddit. I'm sure someone will prove it, right?
I mean, no, straight up though. No, everybody who like takes like a week break, they come back to Apex and they're like, "Wow, I'm actually rusty. What the heck?"
Yeah, it's like if I forgot how to play and like now I can't get any kills. Where I was getting like 3 or 4 a game, I go to 0 and get killed instantly.
Yup.
You start doubting your manhood. Like, was I this sucky before? Have I always sucked? Oh my god! You know.
Am I the bot?
Don't talk to me.
My therapist is going to hear about this.
Yeah, kind of like if you're in a lobby and like you can't find any bots, like you're the bot.
Oh lord.
That's how you feel in Apex. Right? Oh. That's how you feel in Apex after not logging on for like a week.
Oh my god! That you're the bot.
Yep. That's the way. That's the feeling.
That's funny.
That's the way it feels.
Hey, but you know what? Speaking of bots, man, don't fuck with bots. Like, remember the Perfect Dark bots? Those were bastards.
Those were brutal, man. They had aimbots.
Those were the most bastard bots I've ever like played against. Especially the Judgment bot.
Oh my god!
Like, if you were winning, the Judgment bot would go. Will only look for you.
It's amazing.
And try to kill you.
It's amazing.
Just to level the playing field, which is like, it's like this. This was a Nintendo 64 game. Like it's so cool. Dude, there's the Vengeful bot, the Doctor bot. There's a pistol bot. Like it's incredible, and I wish I wish we would have more of that.
Dude, imagine a judgment bot in Apex, like a thing on Apex that like goes after like the top player, the top team, like after like to the second to last ring, right? And the top team has to know, like, oh my god, we probably shouldn't be the top team right now. That'd be crazy.
Oh my god,
that'd be crazy.
Yeah. That would be crazy. Yeah, that would be crazy. Oh my goodness.
Although I would be really mad if I was having a really good game.
Oh, and then all of a sudden Judgment Bot comes in like the freaking Nemesis from Resident Evil, just stars.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to it, guys. So today's topic. Oh wait, before we begin, my apologies. PSA for the podcast. We are available anywhere you get your podcast. If you live in basically Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, literally anywhere. And if you listen to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review. And if you do, please direct message us with a screenshot of your review, and we will send you for free some Revive Me Bro stickers.
Gasps in Spanish.
Dios mío.
But like seriously, guys, though, like that is the best way to help our podcast grow, by just putting those 5 beautiful stars and letting that algorithm go wild.
We are 5-star men.
Yep, and again, like follow us on all of our. We have TikTok, we got Twitter, we got Instagram, we got YouTube. So we're everywhere you get content, and so just help us feed the almighty algorithm.
Listen, I'm sorry I'm not that active on TikTok right now. The Illuminati has been hazing me, but honestly, other than that, like I'll get on there soon. Just wait. Just go and follow us there as well. Just watch.
Yep. But anyway, so let's go into the today's topic, which is Halo the series. Oh man, let's just say we've been waiting to talk about this for quite a minute. We were planning on recording this actually right after the series ended, but again, due to life, it has been very, very difficult to record. If you've been following us since the beginning of this adventure, you do know that Master Rein and I, and of course JohnnyBoy, are uber fans of Halo. We love Halo. We love everything about Halo. Hell, we started streaming Halo games. And we've done Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo ODST, and Halo Reach. Like on stream, the whole thing. I can confidently say that this review will be very much fanboys talking about the damn show.
Hey, listen, and if Henry Cavill, like one of our leaders in geekdom, has said anything, the fandom kind of has a point a lot of times. So listen up.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I mean, I Master Ray, have you read any of the books? Actually, I should ask that first. Have any of you two read the books?
Absolutely, I've read some of the books. I've not read a lot of the books. However, the books I have not read, I've completely researched absolutely 100% all of the lore, bro. All of it.
Nice. Johnny
I'm
Boy?
reading Fall of Reach right now. So yeah. I'm
Dude,
currently reading Fall of Reach, so it's
That's what's up.
in my
Nice.
bookshelf right now. So hopefully I'll
Good.
finish reading it soon. But yeah,
Nice.
that's one of the first of the many books I will be reading.
Yeah, dude. There's a few of those that I can definitely say that you don't have to read because they rewrite basically some of the games. So it's like I feel like you don't need to read those. Like I would actually recommend Contact Harvest and Cold Protocol from like the older books. Those two I think are very essential. Cold Protocol for me was just that's damn good Halo book. It doesn't even have Master Chief in it, but man was it good.
Wow.
Anyway, so we're gonna talk about Halo today. So before we dive into the actual review, let's just give a quick preface. What is Halo? And so, according to Wikipedia, Halo, also known as Halo the series, is an American military science fiction television series developed by Paramount Plus, based on the video game franchise of the same name. Produced by Showtime Networks, 343 Industries, Amblin Television, One Big Picture, and Chapter 11, Jesus Christ, that's so many producers.
Yep.
The series follows a 26th century war between the United Nations Space Command and the Covenant, a theocratic military alliance of several advanced alien races determined to eradicate the human race. Dun dun dun. Development for the television series began in 2013. Yep, that long ago. Probably even before that, to be honest.
What?
And Halo, 2013. And Halo premiered on March 24th, 2022 on Paramount Plus. With the series already renewed for a second season, a portion of the series was shown at SXSW on March 14, 2022, and the first season received generally positive reviews from critics. Excuse me. So, after that whole just vomit of words, basically it's a science fiction film with humans fighting aliens. I do want to point out, I think it's funny that they do mention, like, they never really mentioned the Master Chief on this on this explanation. It's like, humans are fighting aliens. Oh, are they now?
Imagine that.
Oh, God.
I know.
All right.
Like,
as a native Texan, silly. South by Southwest. That's how it's pronounced.
Oh, SXSW is South by Southwest, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
apologies.
The more you know.
The more you know. No, but yeah, it's pretty generic, like sci-fi description.
All right. Let's hold quick before we actually go and rip this show a new apple. Because it's kind of going towards that. Let's talk about what we really liked. And here's the thing: there was actually a lot of stuff that we liked, which makes this even more painful. Because it's like, imagine you're eating a pepperoni pizza, and the pepperoni is the most expensive pepperoni you've ever had, and the cheese is some of the most expensive cheese you've ever had, and just tastes just as good. But the dough is the cheapest piece of shit.
The bread is like, no, actually, I'm not gonna even. Slightly. I was gonna say Lunchable bread. Moldy. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna say like Lunchable pizza bread, but I'm not gonna bring down Lunchables to that level because, in a sense, this is kind of like worse than that. Moldy is a good word.
So you look at this pizza and you're pissed because you see the potential, but it has mold in it. So anyway, that's as far as I'm going to go. But let's talk about what we really liked. Let me start out with my absolute favorite character of this whole series. Kai 125. Oh my God. Every time that Spartan was on the screen, I just wanted to see more of her. I really did. She had the best arc, the best personality, some of the best character development. And I know it was minimal, but it was still there. And like, she had some of the most fan service moments that I've seen in this show. Like, no joke, how cool was it to see her like doing these like strength bets with the rest of the Marines? Like, dude, that's exactly what I want to see.
Yeah.
You know, like, you have these Spartans that are like super ubermensch. If you're a Marine, you want to like see how fucking strong these guys are and like have a beer with them. Like, I thought that was fantastic, you know, and her character as a whole was just like, like I'd take her out for a beer, you know, like it's just so good, you know. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, that's definitely one of my favorite parts, and I believe she is one of the better written characters in the show.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think when I first started watching Kai, I was like, "Oh, what's is she okay?" Because like she took the chip out, and I was like, maybe she should have left it in. She seems like she's kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
lost it. But then like after watching her and like yeah, exactly like her character development, like how little as it was, right? Like it was really cool to see like another Spartan. Another situation with another Spartan who wasn't Soren, because like I almost didn't like consider Soren a Spartan, but like whatever. But like yeah, no, but to see Kai and then like she's like in the action. But there's a couple. The one thing that kind of like struck me with her was just like when she fell
Yeah.
from the plane or from the I forget the name of the ship
Pelican.
now, but when she fell when it was crashing, everyone in the music was all like, "Oh no, is she gonna make it?" And I think like everybody who understands Halo's like, she's in Mjolnir armor. She's gonna be fine. Why are we freaking out about this right now all of a sudden? And but for the rest of the audience who doesn't know, it's just like, oh my god, is she gonna be okay? And then like boom, she makes it. It's like, oh wow, her suit is so strong. But then like 15 minutes later in the same episode, they like ODST onto a planet. so so you know what I'm saying? It was just kind of like didn't seem like it was a consistent emotion there being carried, right? I was just like, oh my god, an emotional moment. Other than that though, that's not Kai's fault or the character's fault or the actress's fault. I think the actress did a badass job actually, and she actually like
Oh yeah,
totally brought
yeah.
the Spartan to life for sure.
Exactly. And like in like I said, like her character development was like from, the stoic Spartan to kind of like figuring herself out in her humanity, and then eventually coming to terms with like owning her emotions and her humanity. But what I loved is at the very end, she was still a Spartan through and through. Like it's like she didn't lose that. Like her humanity added to her character as a Spartan, so
Yeah,
to speak.
yeah. Within,
So it
sorry,
I thought.
let me just cut you
Mhm.
off real quick. Within the world of the Halo series, right? If we're talking about now the world of like Halo itself, I feel like there's a couple things that I'm just like, Chip. Necessarily, it's just, they didn't know that they got kidnapped. Okay, but sorry, that's
Well,
for a future
but
topic, I guess.
I guess, but like, I don't want to go too deep into this, but like, if I remember correctly, I think eventually they do find out. I know the chip was a little. I don't know if that's actually part of the lore. I don't necessarily remember, but like,
No,
I don't think it
all
is
the
because I don't remember ever.
I'm pretty sure all the kids knew that they were kidnapped. Like all of the kids in the Spartan program, and I'm pretty sure they all knew what they were getting into. Not necessarily what they were getting into, but what they were chosen to do. And so
Actually, you're right. Yes,
yeah,
you're
so
right.
they knew that they were chosen. They knew that they were special in a sense. Like they knew that they were like the smartest,
Yeah.
the most capable, the most whatever it was. And John was the most lucky, which is why he was chosen in a sense, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
but they all knew. They all knew why they were there. And like the whole emotional thing, that's because they went through they're child soldiers. So of course their emotion is a little bit different, but sorry.
They're emotionally stunted,
Right.
yeah, but it's not because of some inhibitor or
No.
something.
But then
But I think
sorry.
the only
Go ahead,
thing
go
I
ahead.
think that I'm sorry to cut you off, but like the only thing I think that really the if you didn't have the inhibitor, then you wouldn't have Kai's development,
Right,
right?
right. And if you
Like
but
you then you
right, exactly. Sorry. Yeah.
like then you would need like you would have to rely on her like having a relationship with someone, which that's what I thought a certain character in Master Chief was gonna
How
happen.
it's gonna happen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like oh, like she's gonna be the one who brings him into like his humanity. But anyways, that didn't happen. But like I figured like because there's this device that inhibits the emotions and she took it off, it just allowed us to just see her like growth a little more naturally instead of like you know the trope of oh, other human makes me more human. Like we've seen that a lot, to be honest. And it's funny that even in the beginning of the show, we thought that was gonna happen with another character, and it didn't. you know. But anyway, I think Kai was definitely one of the highlights of the show, and And to be honest, one of my favorite scenes is seeing all these like warthogs and marines like running towards Halsey's ship.
That
and
was
then
cool.
You see her just fucking like
Sprint.
booking it.
Yeah. Oh my
Booking
gosh.
it and just beating everyone. Like, it gave me chills. Like, granted, the CGI wasn't great, but the moment and even the way it was filmed gave me chills of like, that's a Spartan right there, you know? Like,
yeah, it wasn't. That was that exactly. It's like she jumped on a ship, like blew out the engines and everything. Just literally took control of the ship in like 10 seconds. It's like, fuck, what a badass,
and
dude.
It's like a Spartan did that, you know? I was like, ooh, mwah,
yeah.
chef's kiss.
So exactly. So when you see a team of like 3 Spartans drop somewhere, like you know you're done.
Yeah. It's like this is over.
Yeah.
Johnny Boy.
No, yeah, that's those fight scenes and her fight scenes specifically were pretty great. Like, one of my favorite parts of the show, absolutely. It's those action scenes. Even though the CGI, like you said, the CGI wasn't always there, but like I could ignore that and get past that because of the action was so good.
God dang,
and there was
dude.
a lot of that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that in this show too, where it's like the CGI wasn't like the best, but because the moment was that good, I was like you said, I was able to like forgive the slightly subpar CGI because I'm like, but this is still kind of cool, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, like when the action cuts on, it's like, oh yeah, this is the Halo we've been wanting to watch, you know, just like shooting things around like just like extra senses, like they're like just the best freaking soldiers ever, you know. It's just the cool. It's the coolest freaking thing. And then my favorite action moment, I think, was when Chief jumps on a Banshee and then just like crashes it. I was just like, oh yes, that's what I wanted to see. I was literally sitting in my basement like, fuck yes, yes. I was like, fuck yeah, this was up. And then he took his helmet off, and I was like, oh my gosh, Mass Effect is pretty good. Damn.
You know, I actually like moving a little bit on, like so we don't just make it the Kai 125 podcast. I'm just gonna like enumerate the other characters that I like without going in too deep. I definitely like Cortana. I think she was a highlight. They nailed her, like in terms of the voice and kind of like the personality from the beginning. I kind of wish she had a little more sass into her, but I felt like maybe with this character they were going for like from robotic to more human, which is obviously a theme in this show.
That's something that was extremely extremely well done in my opinion in the show. I'm not sure if you mentioned this exactly. Whoever was doing the character design for the Covenant and the Spartans, badass job. You deserve a pay raise. You deserve a job in whatever job you want. Like, I thought the Spartan armors were like, I thought it looked perfect. That's what I wanted to see. Like, to me, I was like, that looks good. Like just like when they were just walking around, maybe like when they're just talking in their armor, I was like, damn, that looks so freaking cool. And the Covenant, I was like, man, like all these Covenant they look so good. Like somebody took their time. Like the Covenant like models, like specifically like a few Covenant like as well, right? Like some of the elites look really good with their snarls, whatever. A little more animal than I thought, but it's fine. That's what they are, whatever. But yeah, those people. I feel like the people who were working on the actual like design and whatnot, and like the quote unquote cosplay, right? Like the costumes of the show. I feel like they played Halo a lot. Like they must have played Halo a lot. Cause like think about it. A lot of times like people who go into animation, like they're playing video games, right? And so they've definitely played Halo.
That's another thing too that I actually have on like my list of things I like was anything involving like set design, costume design, the weapons. Like it was pretty spot on. I was absolutely happy because I'm like, that's the minimal thing you can do. Like, fuck, they even got the marathon logo right.
My
you know, the Reclaimers logo, which is from an old Bungie game called Marathon.
Wow.
Like, they got that right, and I'm like, nice. So I'll get into like something that I kind of have beef with regarding this because it's like, it feels like the creators did do their research, but then they say they didn't. And I'm just like,
No,
What?
they watched the cutscenes. They went to YouTube and typed in trailer for Halo and then Halo 2 opening scene, because everybody loves the Halo 2 opening scene, right? And that's why you have like Master Chief like crashing into stuff, right? Like the Banshee scene crashing into something is literally Master Chief grabbing that bomb from the UNSC or whatever it was, the ship, and crashing it into the Covenant ship. To me, that's literally what that scene was, because in my opinion, they did not actually know Halo, like the people writing it, people directing it, or whatever, but they did know a couple important scenes.
As far as the parts that I liked on the show, and it's kind of goes into like more of what I wanted to see. Some of the storylines I really liked, but I wanted to see more, and we just didn't get it. For example, like seeing more about the Spartans or the the UNSC versus the outer colonies like conflicts. Would love to see a little bit more of that, because I really would have enjoyed those storylines. And I liked where they started. We just didn't get enough. I just didn't get enough of them. But I really liked.
I think
the storyline.
I think that's a very good point.
With like
I definitely felt like. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I keep cutting you off.
No. I was just gonna say, like, to see a little bit more of where Soren was and that area, to see more of the outer UNSC control life, and seeing that kind of story play out a little bit better.
That's definitely something I wish they did more. If anything, I kind of kept chuckling at myself every time they do these like different like planets, because I'm like, first time I saw Madrigal, I'm like, no way. Like, no way. Like, I immediately loved it, because that's the first planet to get glassed by the Covenant, and it's in Contact Harvest.
But you don't see it happen.
Whereas no, you don't. But the fact that they even put that there for me was like, they're clearly going into the lore.
But I feel like we should have seen it happen, though, is the thing.
Yeah. Which
we should have seen glassing. Oh, you're right. We do see one kind of glassing, I guess.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. We do see one, but it was like kind of like the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, couldn't we done this in the beginning?
Yeah, exactly.
That way we know that the Covenant are dangerous. Yeah. Like, even for a sci-fi show, like, they talk about the Covenant, but you don't really see how this war affects others. Like, I get that the outer colonies might keep that, like, they might keep that type of news like at bay, and like, or they don't believe it. So when the Covenant show up and they're like all scared, like, was very believable. Mm-hmm. But after that, it's like you really don't see a lot of like Covenant human conflict, like, or even them talking, like, I don't know, like there wasn't a lot of, but that's, again, we're gonna go into the negatives, but I do appreciate it, Madrigal. I do appreciate the outer colonies. I went ballistic when I heard that Soren lived in the rubble, which is also part of the lore in the books. Like things we already said, like John's coin, the first encounter with Halsey, the Spartan Project, the clones. They even like threw Atriox apparently.
They
in the last few episodes.
Throwing Atriox.
I'm like, hot damn! Like, and did you know that the Indian lady, Paragazi, I think her name is, like the Admiral Paragazi, the one who kind of butted heads with Halsey, is also part of the books.
I believe so. Yeah, I mean, pretty sure everybody who was involved there was, for the most part, people who were somewhat in the lore. Names in the lore.
I had no clue. I was like, "Who's this character?" And then I kind of researched a bit. I'm like, "Oh, so she is part of the lore," which seemed to make sense to me, because it's like Halsey wouldn't do all of this in secret. Like, she needed someone to fund her.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So it makes sense that there's this character. So like I didn't know, and I found her character believable. Like, yes, of course there'd be someone to be like, Halsey, we need results, Someone always works for someone else.
That's right. That's right.
Halsey wasn't independent. She worked for the UNSC, specifically Oni. So I like that. I liked her character, even though it was like, kind of like one dimensional. Like, she did what she needed to do. She was Halsey's pain in the butt. And I could live with that. Yeah. Also, speaking of Mass Effect, there was a Mass Effect reference, which I'm like, ha ha ha, wink wink. I think it was like who was it? The Keys, the daughter.
Miranda.
She mentions a Commander Shepard.
Yep.
And then she mentions oh God, what's it called? She mentions where that Commander Shepard was posted, and the place that he's posted is actually a Mass Effect reference where the humans and the Batarians had a civil war.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm just like, ooh, my hairs went up for a little bit. I'm like, ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, I know this because I'm literally playing Mass Effect 3. So it's like really vivid on my head right now.
That's funny.
And the last thing I'll say in terms of Easter eggs, the name of the crazy priest that we see in the one of the early episodes that tells Master Chief, "You don't know what you are," all kind of.
Oh yeah.
Cray. His name, Reth, I recognized it. It's the name of a Kigyar, the jackals. It's a Kigyar commander that is in one of the main antagonists in Cold Protocol book.
Not bad. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
So just like, yeah, I'm like,
little
his name is
there.
Reth. I'm like,
yeah,
what the hell?
Yeah, yeah.
But as for like liking stuff, that's it. Like a lot of superficial stuff that I liked. Is there anything like you guys totally like went nuts about?
Other than the fight scenes, and then maybe just pretty much it, I guess. Cortana's voice was good, but other than that, it's just like, it just kind of feels like, okay, you named all these names, right? And like they got Cortana's voice, right? But they're like, it's like they get like a list of names and a list of things. They're like, okay, we're gonna take this character and this, and all right, we're gonna do a little Easter egg here, and it just kind of feels like the entire show is actually very like just somewhat superficial. Except that I want it to like continue and not be superficial, but to me it just feels like the entire thing is just like not even a cash grab. It was more just like they wanted to throw money at something and just like have a safe bet to like try to make money with something, with their new Paramount Plus or something or whatever. And like
yeah, and it's kind of sad because it's like there's a lot of good stuff, right? Like there's a lot of good actors too. Like, these actors did a good job. Like I actually like Maki. And that's how I'm going to say her freaking name, Maki, because I don't remember how you actually say it. There was a bit of hate, I feel, in the internet with this character, but I actually liked her. I liked the idea of her, of a human who learned to live with the Covenant. Like, that's a very unique and fascinating idea that I like that they added. Because I don't think I've seen that in Halo or even in the books. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, what if a human lived with the Covenant?
I think there was one in the book somewhere, a human that did live with the Covenant somehow. Not to be the key for the Covenant to find the Halo ring. Never was it that. Because that's not how anybody ever found the Halo ring. But I think there was a human that ended up living with the Covenant for some time for some random reason, but I can't remember why though. I think I looked it up, but I can't remember why. Yeah, like the McKee character was really interesting. I think like I like at first when they introduced her, I was like, what the heck? And then like later on, I was like, oh, interesting. This is crazy. And then we saw her backstory of like how her brother was just like killed by this guy being like, hey, no reading, kids. And it was just like, okay, trying to be brutal. Okay, I get it. But then at the end of it, McKee's character was like, don't know if I still feel the same way about this character anymore.
I think another, like, it's just kind of specific scenes. It's the interactions between like the Spartans and each other, like when they were talking about the gear and grenades and stuff like that. I found that really interesting how they were talking about the tech, and then the scenes with the Spartans and Miranda Keys kind of interacting with each other. It's just kind of like a normal person interacting with Spartans. It just kind of was. I found that pretty interesting.
Actually, yeah, that scene was pretty cool. They're talking about like, look at this baby, and it's like the Needler.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good to see. It was good to see like a grunt, for example, like in the Warthog, to see like how big it actually is.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So, I mean, is there anything we missed in terms of just stuff we liked about this show?
Nope, I think we got it all.
Got it all. All right, so let's get into the juicy part.
Before we start with the juicy part, let me just say this. Let me just start off with this. Yes. Every time, just like the good transition here. Anytime Master Chief helmet was on, we were watching Halo. Anytime Master Chief helmet was off, we were watching Mass Effect. And that's what you need to understand. One of the very first things that, like, if you don't know Halo, just know we've never seen Master Chief's face. And I can deal with the face reveal. I can deal with it. But the way they did it just completely derailed the show for me from the very, very first episode. And not only that, like, I say Mass Effect, you made the Commander Shepard quote, or Johnny, like you also heard that. The last episode, while they're going through like that plasma black hole field or whatever the heck it was, the music is literally Mass Effect music, like dun 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 dun. Literally, it's literally Mass Effect music. And guess what? His helmet's off, and then he puts it on, jumps out of the ship, lands on the planet. We're back to Halo. So, the things we hate about Halo.
All right. My biggest gripe with the show is that they were not true to the character of Master Chief. I think that's the part that bothered me the most. And that's like, even though like I try to get over it as like, okay, you know, they're trying to do something different. I try to kind of forgive it initially. But then by the end of the series, I couldn't, and I was kind of done with it. I like the thing is they tried, like, Master Chief was in the games. He's like a robot because like like again we talked about it. He's emotionally stunted because they were kidnapped at an early age, trained in military tactics all day, every day.
See, I would disagree that he's a robot. I would say that he's stoic. He's so stoic that he looks like a robot. But stoic is like extremely wise. Sorry. I just want to throw that in, but go ahead.
I see what you mean, but like in my perspective, like until he got partnered up with Cortana, and you play with him as Cortana, like he truly began to really care about someone on an individual in close spaces, like
100%, bro. 100%. 100%. You're so right.
Saving humanity is his job, and it's something he has to do. But he like never got close to anybody until Cortana. Like that's your Cortana right made there. Him more human. Cortana made him more human, and that's why like in the later games, like he's willing to disregard orders to go save her.
Yep.
That's not like the Master Chief of Halo Combat Evolved that would disobey orders to save someone he cares about. Like, so that's why I'm saying like that's the part that bothered me the most, that it was not true to the character. There was a different way to show him as being more human instead of they kind of went backwards with it. They went, oh, he took the strip off, he became human and got all these memories. And he's special, and then now we're gonna turn him into a robot. So
yeah, then we're gonna turn him into a robot for a little while, so that way we can start the games and like finally get to the Halo that we have not actually seen yet.
Yeah, and that is by far the thing that bothered me most about the show. There was a lot of things I could have forgiven, but I could not.
God, listen. People, if you're one of the people who worked in the show, which would be amazing if you're listening to this part, the first 10 seconds of the Halo game, I think you're like getting out of slip space and you see this ring and you're evading and you got to crash land because you're getting attacked, and boom, you're in and you are already there at the freaking the name of the show. You're already there in the game. I get that the show's gonna go back in time and explain a lot of things, and yeah, for sure. But oh my gosh, the fact that they sped through all of it, all of the lore, it felt like, to get to a place where they're going to get to the Halo in the next season. So that way, keep playing Paramount Plus so you can watch the next season of Halo. Like, nah, thanks.
You know, I was thinking too, like, what I really like about the character of Master Chief is that the more you go and play these games, like, you know, Master Rein and I played the first, you know, we went to the games as they came out. And by the time we got to Halo 4, we felt like we've gone through a whole, like, emotional change with the Master Chief. Like you said, like the Halo, the Master Chief of Combat Evolved is the soldier following orders, save the day, let's do this. And he kind of has this back and forth with Cortana, where it's just, again, very stoic, but very kind of like to the point. In Halo 2, you start seeing that there's a relationship developing, right? That they're a little more witty, that he starts joking. Like he's definitely more comfortable. And then in Halo 3, it's like he goes looking for her because at that point he realizes that he needs her, you know. And then in Halo 4, it's kind of reconciling with the fact that he actually began to open up and trust someone and then having to let that person go. So you have this whole character arc of a very stoic soldier becoming a little more human. And then the Master Chief in this show is like you said, he removes his mask. He starts having more emotions. He takes off the inhibitor. Like, it never felt like Master Chief. It felt like John. Like this dude named John.
No. You know who it was? You know who we were actually watching? We were watching, this is the Silver timeline, right? We were actually watching John Cheeks. Master Cheeks is what we were watching. Because this is one of the things that I hate. This is one of the things that I hate the most. And it's not even the fact that we got a full face reveal. We got a full skin reveal, except for the fact that we didn't see Dawn. That's like the only thing we didn't see. We might as well seen everything. We literally saw everything else. Master Cheeks is his name. This is Master Cheeks, okay? And at the very end of the show, when Cortana takes over, spoiler alert, he becomes Master Cortana Cheeks. That's the lore accurate name.
Like, yeah, dude. And ironically, the very last episode is when we get the most Master Chief in the whole show.
And not only that, but Master Cheeks claps Sam Cheeks, bro. Master Cheeks claps some cheeks. Anyways,
so is that something you hated or you liked?
No, I mean, I
know, right? I'm getting confused.
I hated it, man. I hated it. I wanted my boy to get laid, man. I want my boy to get laid, but did you really have to go bang the Covenant chick? The Covenant spy? God. Sorry.
but dude, like, they had an emotional connection because they were both special.
Oh my gosh, that is something else, dude.
I mean, I didn't mind it because I could see how like someone like Master Chief could connect to someone like her because they both feel kind of alienated from their own environment.
I mean,
like,
I guess
she clearly doesn't.
Well, what's her name did allow it. Halsey did kind of make sure that kind of did happen, right?
Cortana was peeping.
Cortana wasn't
like,
peeping. Cortana was recording for OnlyFans, only Covenants. You know, like only Coven ass. Like, gosh, bro. Like, I don't mind that he got laid, and I guess you got a point, like, him like banging the Covenant spy or whatever because they've got this special connection. But it's just like, I mean, like, but
I know,
still.
it's a stretch. I know, it was like after one episode.
I think that counts as a threesome though, because Cortana was in there too.
Cortana was in. No, it counts as like an actual like film production because like Cortana was recording, like I said.
Cortana was the director.
Cortana was the
use your hips more.
How do you know she didn't take control at one point? You know,
Chief, I'm
know?
taking control. Chief, I'm taking control. You're not gonna get Mackie off, Chief. I'm jacking in now, Chief. I'm jacking, Chief.
Oh boy. Speaking of all this, like, I feel like the story was very disjointed, and that's something that I definitely didn't like at all. Like, the whole Covenant mystery was something I would have to like follow along, and it just did that. But like, I wasn't really that invested. I felt like it was very, I don't know, cheap. Like, find this artifact, and we all know what this artifact is, and we all know what the artifact does. And seeing the politics going back and forth between Halsey trying to like, but Master Chief will lead us to the weapon to defeat the Covenant and human evolution. And then the military is like, we're going to have Master Chief take us to the weapon to defeat the Covenant. Period. And then the Covenant's like, we will kill everyone. I don't know. It's just, I see how if you're in a war film and you need this weapon, finding that weapon becomes a priority. But because I never felt like the Covenant and the humans were truly at war, like I really necessarily care what they would find. Even it's like at this point I was just invested due to the fact that I was seeing characters that I liked, and I was like, all right, like I'll give it a shot.
We were gonna see it through.
Yeah, and oh my god, the whole magical storyline, fucking pointless. Like,
are you talking about the Dune Quan? Yeah, talking about the Dune Quan episode. The Dune episode.
Oh god, it was so painful to watch. I wanted to I skipped parts of that. I legit skipped scenes of Quan and Madrigal. Like, I don't want to watch this, and I feel bad because I feel like the actress was really trying, but I'm like, I'm sorry, honey, but this character sucks.
It's not the actress's fault. It's literally the way that like these people wrote her and decided, and what they decided to show with her. It's literally not the actress's fault, because like she probably could have done a badass job written in a different way, but like it was just like the fact that like they're trying to, I don't know, show some humanity side, but then it's just like, but what we were watching was like a Dune episode somehow. I don't know.
Not even. It was like they were trying to do a whole Game of Thrones thing where it's like, now we're going to follow the perspective of this character.
Oh,
it's like,
my
why?
Sweetness.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like it
was.
Go ahead, Johnny.
It was that whole Madrigal story could have been done a lot better, and they did that character so wrong. She's probably one of the worst written characters on that show.
And then you find out that she's like part of this like family of protectors that used to protect entrances to the Halo ring or something, or I guess that's what it was. I'm not sure.
They're the Fremen. They're the Fremen who protect planet Arrakis.
They protect the spice.
Protect the spice on Halo.
She was just boring. It was just boring, and Madrigal was boring, and the governor of Madrigal was laughably boring. Like, which sucks because I've seen the actor that plays the like Madrigal villain, the whatever his name was.
Yeah, he's actually a good actor.
He's a good actor. He's a very good actor, very good character actor. Like he'll go crazy on characters, you know, and he does pull it off really well. By the way, he's in The Offer and he does a really good job. Anyway, so I felt like they wasted that character. Like they could have been more. And the only part that I enjoyed from Madrigal, that whole like storyline, was when Soren fights that new government. You know, when they get to like the
end of the episode.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That whole the action, all the action.
Yeah.
I liked it,
man.
Yeah, that's the only part I actually signed up for.
Yeah, because you could still see that Soren still got it. You know, like he's still a Spartan, and he was able to defend himself against all these soldiers and mercenaries. So that was really cool. You know, and added to his. It's like not added, but it made me believe even more that he's a Spartan, because we really didn't see him have that much action beforehand, right? Like you just know that he's a Spartan. But other than that, like, yeah, that whole storyline, like even a charismatic Soren couldn't save it. And at the end of the day, it's funny because it's like he actually has character development, and the story's not even about him. It's about Quan, and Quan doesn't really do shit. So it's like, couldn't you have just done a Soren storyline?
For real.
It's a waste.
It's a waste of money for that episode. How much did they spend for that, dude?
Yeah, and of our time. It's like, just Give me more Master Chief, dude.
Seriously. I had a friend, like coworker, was just like, the way they should have written a show was just like action for like a lot of it, and they're just like in the middle of like something going on, and then like some sort of character development, like as you continue on with the action. He's like, that's how I envision Halo. Like when I hear about Halo, that's what I think about. Like a lot of action just continue going on, like a lot of like problems just continue in one after another, and everybody develops through all that. And I'm like, yeah, that's what happens in the games. So why couldn't the show do the same sort of thing? And so I don't know. I mean, but there's, you know what though? But let me in that regard, let me just let me bring this up. What did you think about Reach?
Like, what they showed on the show about Reach?
Yeah, exactly. What did you think about Reach about on the Halo series? Yeah, like what did you think like in general?
I like how they showed the planet in general. But it was just mostly like being in the UNSC offices. They didn't show much of anything of anything else on that planet. So
yeah, it wasn't like
been nice to see
last
a little bit
like
more.
episode, like the last few episodes. Like, isn't this like the attack that the Covenant like do on Reach that like forces us to go to Halo? Right? Like this is what's happening right now, right?
Well, I don't even know, man. I don't even know where they're going with it, and
That's the
that's kind of the
thing.
problem.
That's kind of the
'Cause,
problem,
like-
dude. Yeah.
Because with the beginning of the game, humanity is basically on its heels, like running back from the Covenant, and there's not much left. They've already glassed a bunch of planets. Like you don't really get like Silly said, you don't really get a feeling that they're at war. And
Yeah, it's true. Something about Reach that I was like, wow, I actually didn't understand that, but somebody pointed it out, and afterwards I was like, ooh, this kind of makes me a little bit sore. So if this is actually the fall of Reach, like in those episodes, and this is what's about to happen because we're about to find the Halo, and Reach has to fall right before we find the Halo, right? And so if that's the case, and this is all necessarily going on, then like in a way, like Noble Six was like fighting, and all of those Spartans were like fighting while Master Cheeks was clapping cheeks, or like all of them are going through like a very serious situation while Master Chief Cheeks was clapping cheeks, and like all we really see is just like a little tiny section of all this stuff that like in reality, like somebody made a point, like around Reach there should have been tons and tons of Covenant ships all around Reach. Like it should have been like an obvious invasion, but there was like one ship. And then afterwards they go to the planet Covenant homeworld. What? And then they land on the Covenant homeworld, and it's completely unguarded. Like,
Yeah.
it's completely unguarded. I'm like, this is the homeworld of like this the race of aliens, like the collection of aliens that is controlling the galaxy, and the government planet is unprotected. Okay. Oh my gosh, because yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, I'd say, yeah, no, it was hard to really, wrap my head around all that. Like, and going back to like the planet Reach, like, if the thing is in the books and the way they talk about Reach, like it always sounds like the Spartans talk about Reach like it's their home, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we only have 4 Spartans in the show, which I get, it could be a budget restriction thing, but the fact that there's only 4 Spartans in the show, for me, makes Reach feel like just any other planet. Like they could have called that planet give me a sec.
Bro, I just could have called it like Shield World something random. Hard. Oh yeah.
No, I know they could have called it Harvest Up. They could have called that why am I blanking? What's the name of the city in Star Wars?
Coruscant.
Yeah, they could have. Okay, let me say that again. Man, they could have just called that planet Coruscant, and I would have believed it. But
Yeah.
because when I imagine Reach, I imagine like a planet with Spartans, like very militarized, which it was. But I kind of felt like it was more like. Granted, I'm thinking of the game, right? In the game, it's like it's very gritty, and that's kind of what I was imagining. and you know you have all these Spartans and these soldiers and some are like the best of the best. And I never felt that with Planet Reach, but I think in the end I didn't really mind it. You know, like it's like at least we're in Reach, we're in a planet that we know of.
Yeah, we do.
But I would have liked that the Spartans been like, this is our home, you know, like because when they lose Reach, like it becomes personal with the Spartans.
Man,
like, they like they talk about it, like remember Reach, you know, and stuff like that. It's
bro,
it's a before and after.
Bro, the
when
books,
it comes to the Covenant War.
Bro, the books make the fall of Reach just feel like so like epic, sad, like Thanos' snap. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it felt like, you know, when you read that, because like the UNSC has all of these tactics to like evade the Covenant. Like if they're running from the Covenant, because like they can't necessarily like slip space away because the Covenant will chase them. They like have to like, you know, there's like the Cole protocol, right? They have to do that, and like that's like basically like everyone's done for because they're just trying to like erase the data of where their homeworlds are, right? And like the Covenant finding Reach is like, oh my God, right? Like they found it and they're going right now, and it's like you feel that it's like, oh my God, like this is so bad. But like in this, it's like, okay, I think Mackie was banging the cheeks, and like she figures something out, and then she sends the coordinates, and then they come, something like that, and so it's just like, man, like and the fact that you're saying that like this is the Covenant. Or sorry, this is like the home of the Spartans, and like I totally forgot about that, dude. Like the show did not make me feel that at all. Totally forgot about that. Any thoughts, Johnny? Any more thoughts, I guess, on that? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Oh my gosh, such a good point. You know, the very first episode where the elites come in and start wrecking the town, it was like, oh my gosh, look what a couple of elites can do. And it was like, that was kind of cool, right? It was kind of scary. And then like the Spartan comes in, or Chief comes in and like saves the day or whatever. Although in that regard, though, it would have been cool to just see a couple grunts do the same exact thing, because then it would have been like, damn, humanity doesn't have no chance, because these are like the base, these are the pawns, and the pawns are taking out the towns by themselves, right? And then like if you see like one elite show up, it's just like, holy crap, this is like almost like a Spartan, like it's so strong, right? But I mean, regardless, so I think this Covenant was pretty cool, regardless. But but the sense of like how dangerous they were, I think we only got that sense in the first episode, and then like the first big action scene where where the Chief crushes the Banshee. There's like that moment where the Marines are fighting the grunts and the jackals, and like the grunts are just like wrecking these Marines, right? Until the Spartans show up, and the Spartans like take control of the battlefield. So that was so amazing to see. But like it was like that one episode, the one where I was like, fuck yeah, this is fucking Halo.
Yeah, after so many episodes of like, oh my God, come on,
exactly, dude. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Also one thing I had beef with was the way the pacing of the show, where it's like you have this whole start with like Master Chief goes with Quan,
sorry,
and he like leaves, and it's like, oh man, like, and then it kind of like makes this setup where like Master Chief and Quan are gonna find the Halo, and like you think, okay, like I can see how they do that, and Master Chief finds Covenant, and Quan kind of becomes kind of like the emotional center of the show, and I was kind of like looking, all right, this could be interesting, and I was like, no, next episode, Master Chief goes to Rubble, finds information about the Halo rings, then leaves Quan in Rubble,
right,
and then goes back to Reach and then to get arrested, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, wait, what?
Then why did he?
Yeah.
It's like I felt like that could have been the middle, like that could have been like 3 to 4 episodes in, where he makes that discovery and then he goes back.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, but it's in the second episode. I'm like, the fuck is going on? And then they keep doing that where it's like, but then they go here, and then they go there, but then they go here, and then they go there. And Soren does it. He goes to Madrigal, drops off Quan,
Planet
goes
Madrigal.
back home. Huh, I feel bad now. Goes back to Madrigal.
Planet
It's like,
Madrigal.
then why did you leave? I know. Madrigal. Dun, 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 dun. Madrigal. Dun, dun, dun.
On Planet Madrigal. Dun, dun, dun. La familia Madrigal.
Oh, well. Arriba.
Oh my god, bro. Throw Luisa in, man. Make Luisa a fucking Spartan, bro. She would have slapped some more cheeks. She would have slapped Master Cheeks. Luisa as a Spartan. God, bam.
I think a Latino Spartan would have been too much.
Too much. The show it would be like the Covenant have no obvious no chance. We would have won immediately.
Okay. All right. Let's move into like final thoughts because we're over. Anyway, guys, that was a really great discussion. I'm glad we were able to like get all of that shit out. And it's sad because as you can tell, like we're kind of split, right? Like there's a lot of good stuff in the show, a lot of stupid, horrible stuff in the show, and some stuff that's just unforgivable. And it's like I really do hope that second season is just a better show at this point. I've seen worse shows before, but I think that this is just. But I think this is being like good enough. Sorry, it's like I thought something was knocking.
Well, I think for season two,
yeah.
what they should do is go look for the Infinity Stones, snap the universe back in time to an earlier state, and then just have Quan follow Master Chief through all the games, and she's just there following him for no reason. She meets the Arbiter. She's just there for no reason, and that's it. That's the show. I would be like 10 out of 10.
Oh my god, Johnny, what do you think? What are your final thoughts and hopes for the second season? No, not at all. Not at all. Huh. I think that's a very good point.
100%.
Yeah. That's actually a very mature way of seeing this.
I completely agree.
It does feel like, yeah, I think it's a show that definitely falls into we need to throw a wider net, in order to get the viewership, and it did get the viewership, which is why they're getting a second season. I think that's important to talk about for sure.
How cool it could actually be. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I hope your dad loves it. I really do. And if he does, then it's not I feel like then the show wasn't made in vain.
No. The thing is that like, and one of my last things I'm going to say here is like, I definitely want to know his thoughts, because my opinion is that he's gonna dislike it, because people who like good writing and people who like good like sci-fi written shows are just gonna watch it and be like, nah, I'm out.
Well, here's the one thing I'll say against that. Picard is worse. So.
I mean, what aboutism isn't gonna help Halo here?
It's just like you want to know about like bad writing. Like, dude, I watched one episode of Picard and I'm like, this is the most.
You got a point though, bro. You got a point.
Most like, dude, like when you drink a glass of water and it has taste on it that's like yucky, you go. Pfft. Like it was like that. Like I was expecting water, and it was worse than water.
Pure fucking hubris.
Hubris.
Yeah. Hey, you dad should check out Velocipaster.
That's fucked up, man.
Mel Gibson.
Bruce Willis. Pendejo.
I wanted just to say yes, Bruce Willis.
Braveheart. Bruce Willis. Oh, he's an.
What movie was that? I feel like I've seen that movie before. But oh, yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Like, entertain me. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I can't wait to hear his review.
We'll get him on the pod.
I know, we'll get him in the pod. We'll call him Papa Johnny.
Mr. Johnny.
Papa John.
No, we're going to call him Mr. Johnny Boy.
Papa John.
No, I'm going to call him Mr. Johnny Boy.
Man. No, man, I'm calling Papa John.
Papa John, I'll call him Mr. Johnny Boy. Senior Johnny Boy.
All right, so guys, final rating. I'm gonna give the whole season a 6 out of 10. It is an average sci-fi with some very average CGI, but at the same time, being average doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, because it does have a lot of good stuff in it. It's just, like, because we're a fan, like, of course I'm a big fan of Halo, and I know a lot of the lore and stuff like that. It's like, it's really hard to watch sometimes because you have these expectations. But if you don't have any expectations and you just want to like Johnny's dad, watch just something, then this will be an average experience. We're like, all right, that was cool. That's how I feel about it. 6 out of 10.
Yeah, Johnny Boy, you wanna go ahead?
Barry. Yeah. Nice.
Cool.
Master Rein?
So I'm gonna give the show a 5 out of 10. I feel like this is a show that you can just go ahead and skip if you want to watch it. What's good about it are just some pretty good action scenes in there, and like the sci-fi about it. It's not terrible, but there's honestly just better sci-fi out there. Other shows. I mean, if you're craving sci-fi, go ahead and watch it, I guess. But like my thing here is like with the lore. Again, we always go back to the lore because we are Halo fanboys, but we also understand the story, the name, the who Master Chief is, and that kind of thing. And I feel like right now, the direction that they're going by season 3, they're going to be so far detached from the actual game itself that like it just might as well just be like space soldiers, with cool armor. That or season 3 of the show is just going to be a multiplayer story, like of like how the Spartans are like training on some planet for some battle that they're going to have on some side scrimmage related to like maybe Halo Wars 2 or whatever, and like the actual season is actually something that you can basically just call a season of multiplayer, like a show about the Halo multiplayer. And honestly, I'd probably would rather have that, a show of the Halo multiplayer, than like for them to go somewhere so far detached from the game that like I said, this isn't even Master Cheeks anymore. This is Admiral Cheeks or whatever. So that's my rating, 5 out of 10.
All right, no, I think that was fantastic. Again, like, I think this review is more about us, like, drying out the wet towels,
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
And I know it's not our usual stuff. You know, we usually review games and all that, but it is Halo.
It's Halo.
And Halo is very important for our community and for us.
Yep.
And to not review it just felt like out of character.
Exactly.
You know. So I want to thank JohnnyBoy, one of our main Halo guys in the R&B crew. Thank you so much for joining us, man. It has been so much fun to get you back in here. And yeah, man, no, thank you so much for just joining us. Woo, yeah, man.
Yeah.
And again, like next time we'll bring Papayon, man, and see what he has to say.
Oh, maybe Papa Sapito. We'll see. Yeah.
Dude, like, what if like we bring him in and he's like, so Papayon, what do you think about the Halo show? It's good. That's all he says. I don't know. I'm making a big assumption that your dad doesn't seem like the type to talk. Oh yeah? Oh man, then he's gonna like fill up the pod.
Oh my god, the full like opposite like the polarity of like extrovert, like just pure.
I'm ready. I'll embrace it.
Audacity is ready.
All right, thank you everyone so much. Thank you, Master Rein, too, for being here with us. That's it for today's episode. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. Remember to follow us on our social medias. Check the links on check the links below, I would say, but wherever they links live on the podcast, check them out.
Check it out.
Also, remember to follow us at ReviveMeBro, ReviveMeBroGames on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And if you like to watch streamers, well, guess what? We also stream games, specifically on, and correct me if I'm wrong, on Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays, right?
It changes sometimes, but yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah,
we try to keep it consistent, but
we try, but yeah,
life gets in the way. But yeah, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays we stream, usually between 8:30 to 10:30 Pacific time, so somewhere around that time. If you want to be part of our Discord, let us know. Send us a direct message, and we'll send you a link to be part of the Discord. And like I said, if you review our podcast either on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and you send us a screenshot, we will send you some free stickers. Thank you again, everyone, so much. This is Cillian Master Rein signing out. And remember, never stop reviving. Peace, guys.
Peace, yo.
Don't stop believing. I'm just kidding. All right, I'm gonna hit.
Hold on to the titty.